Imagine this. You wake up one day and everything seems normal, but within hours, the power goes out, food trucks stop arriving, and supermarkets are empty. Freezers are useless, and fresh food spoils quickly. What do you have left? Only what you managed to store. That's where canned goods become your lifeline. We're not talking about luxury, we're talking about real survival. Today, you'll discover 13 canned foods that transform a simple pantry into a shield against hunger and uncertainty. Get ready, because everyone can make a difference. 1. Canned beans. Energy and resilience in every can. If there's one food that should be a staple in any survival kit, it's legumes, lentils, chickpeas, and kidney beans. The type doesn't matter. The important thing is that they're canned. Why? Because they offer the perfect combination of plant-based protein, slow-release carbohydrates, and fiber that keeps you feeling full for hours. They're inexpensive, easy to find, and incredibly versatile. You can eat them straight from the can, heat them with some rice, mix them with vegetables, or even mash them into a nutritious paste. Each can provides long-lasting energy, just what you need when your body can't afford to crash. They also provide iron, magnesium, and B vitamins, essential for keeping your mind clear in stressful situations. Another advantage is that they don't require soaking or prolonged cooking. Key when saving fuel or electricity becomes a priority. And speaking of shelf life, properly stored, they last between 3 and 5 years, and in many cases, even longer than the printed date. Canned beans represent that balance between economy, convenience, and nutrition that turns your pantry into a true powerhouse of resilience. Simply put, they fill you up, nourish you, and never let you down. Next up, canned tomatoes. Flavor and morale in tough times. Canned tomatoes are much more than a base for sauces. They're the ingredient that transforms a bland dish into a comforting meal. In survival situations, flavor is morale, and morale is as nourishing as calories. Canned tomatoes provide vitamin C, antioxidants like lycopene, and a touch of acidity that balances the rich flavors of rice, pasta, or legumes. With just one can, you can prepare a nutritious soup, a stew that will last for several days, or a sofrito that transforms a basic meal into something resembling what you're used to. Don't underestimate the psychological power of recognizing familiar flavors when everything else is chaotic. Furthermore, tomatoes help preserve other foods, as their acidity acts as a natural shield against bacteria. Their shelf life is around 2 to 3 years, although many preppers confirm that they last longer if the can is stored in a cool, dry place. They are inexpensive, readily available, and almost ubiquitous. Canned tomatoes are everywhere you go. Imagine going weeks without access to fresh vegetables, without color on your plate, without variety. That red can make all the difference, not only to your nutrition, but also to your mood. Canned tomatoes aren't a luxury. They're the versatile ingredient that ties together and adds flavor to the rest of your stash. 3. Sweet corn with peppers. Quick energy and color on your plate? Canned corn with peppers is one of those foods that seems simple, but in a survival situation, it shows its true value. Corn provides fast-absorbing carbohydrates, which means immediate energy for the body when it needs it most. Its natural sugars lift your mood and prevent fatigue. Now, if you add peppers, the result is even better. More vitamins, antioxidants, and a touch of color and flavor that breaks the monotony of an emergency diet. The peppers are important because they provide vitamin C, which helps the immune system, and they also add a contrast that makes a basic dish of rice or beans much more appealing. It's not just about filling your stomach, it's also about maintaining the motivation to eat, something that is often lost when menus are repetitive and boring. Opening a can of corn with peppers means you can eat it as is, without preparation, or incorporate it into stews, soups, and impromptu tortillas. In addition, their crunchy texture provides that feeling of freshness that's sorely missed when fresh vegetables aren't readily available. As for shelf life, they typically last between 2 and 3 years, but with proper storage, their lifespan can be extended much longer. The cost remains low, but don't get too comfortable. Corn is a crop vulnerable to droughts and price increases, and in times of crisis, these cans disappear quickly from the shelves. So stocking them in your pantry is an investment in quick energy, flavor, and morale. 4. Canned salmon, the nutritious luxury of survival. When talking about canned fish, almost everyone thinks of tuna, but the real treasure for a prepper is canned salmon. This food combines high-quality protein, healthy fats, and a unique feature: edible soft bones that provide extra calcium. It's literally a complete meal in a can. Wild salmon stands out from farmed salmon due to its higher omega-3 content, more vitamins, and superior flavor. In an emergency, these fatty acids are essential for maintaining a healthy heart, a clear mind, and a functioning immune system. Another advantage is its versatility. It can be eaten straight, mixed with rice or pasta, made into makeshift croquettes, or served with some canned bread if you're lucky enough to have some on hand. As for storage, it typically lasts 3 to 5 years, and if kept in a cool, dry place, its shelf life can be extended even further. Of course, the price isn't the same as tuna. A can of salmon can cost between 3 and 10, but what you're paying for is nutritional insurance that few foods offer. Every bite provides sustained energy and essential nutrients, making it a luxury food disguised as a survival food. And let's not forget the psychological impact. Amid the monotony of legumes and grains, opening a can of salmon gives you the feeling of eating something special. And that detail can be key to keeping your spirits up when the world seems to have stopped. 5. Sardines and olive oil, the forgotten superfood. Small, affordable, and powerful sardines in olive oil are one of the most underrated superfoods in any prep pantry. Each can is packed with high-quality protein, healthy fats, and a nutritious surprise: edible soft bones, a direct source of calcium and phosphorus. But what truly makes them a survival staple is the olive oil they're preserved in. This oil not only extends their shelf life, typically to 3 to 5 years or more, but also adds calories and healthy fats that your body will appreciate when energy reserves are limited. Opening a can of sardines means having a meal ready in seconds without the need for fire or fuel. You can eat them straight, mash them with rice, enjoy them with bread, or even toss them into impromptu cold salads. They also provide vitamin D and selenium, key micronutrients for maintaining a strong immune system during times of physical weakness. Their price remains affordable at between $1.50 and $3 per can, but demand is increasing due to the rise of Mediterranean diets and the search for sustainable protein. And there's a psychological aspect to consider, even if they aren't visually appealing. Having a ready-to-eat, complete, and tasty protein is a huge relief in a time of crisis. In short, sardines and olive oil are small in size, but giants in nutrition and practicality. 6. Canned hummus, ready to eat, nutritious, and comforting. Canned hummus is one of those hidden treasures that very few consider when stocking their emergency pantry. The first thing that stands out is that it's ready to eat. You open the can, and you have a complete meal without needing fire, gas, or electricity. That practicality is pure gold when resources are scarce. Nutritionally, it's a gem. It's made primarily from chickpeas, which provide vegetable protein and fiber, mixed with tahini, a sesame seed paste that adds healthy fats and minerals like calcium and iron. Olive oil, lemon, and garlic are also added, ingredients that not only enhance the flavor, but also aid in preservation. Together, hummus offers complete proteins, sustained energy, and micronutrients that keep the body functioning optimally. Another key point is satiety. Unlike other canned goods that feel like a side dish, hummus satisfies like a main course. You can eat it as is, with bread, spread it on crackers, or mix it with rice for a more substantial meal. And although it's 100% plant-based, its combination of fats and proteins makes it a real alternative to more expensive or difficult to preserve foods. Its shelf life ranges from 2 to 3 years depending on the brand and storage conditions. And while it's not as cheap as a simple can of beans, the nutritional value and convenience justify the price. In a world where time and energy for cooking can be a luxury, a can of hummus represents ready-made, nutritious, and comforting food. 7. Canned coconut milk. Energy and essential fats. When electricity disappears, and with it all fresh produce, fats become the scarcest and yet most essential resource. And this is where canned coconut milk proves to be a true treasure. Each can is packed with calories and saturated fats of plant origin that provide sustained energy, just what the body needs in demanding situations. But it's not just about calories. Coconut milk provides natural electrolytes that aid hydration, which is especially useful in hot weather or when dehydration is a threat. Its creamy texture and slightly sweet flavor transform basic recipes into comforting meals. You can add it to rice, impromptu soups, or even a simple coffee to give it body and extra energy. If necessary, it can even be drunk straight from the can as an immediate source of fuel. The key is to choose full-fat versions, not light ones, as the latter cut calories precisely where they're needed most. In terms of storage, it lasts from 2 to 5 years, provided it's kept in a cool place. Dry, its price varies between $3 and $3 per US can. And although it seems affordable, growing demand and fluctuations in coconut imports mean its availability isn't guaranteed in the long term. In an environment where fats are becoming as valuable as proteins, having coconut milk in your supply isn't a luxury, it's a smart strategy. 8. Evaporated goat's milk. Concentrated and versatile nutrition. When we think of canned milk, most people imagine traditional cow's milk. But evaporated goat's milk offers unique advantages that make it an essential ally for survival. First, it's more digestible, making it ideal for children, the elderly, or people with lactose sensitivity. Its nutritional profile is excellent, rich in calcium, potassium, and healthy fats that provide energy and help maintain muscle mass during periods of exertion. Furthermore, because it's evaporated, it's concentrated, meaning you can dilute it with water to obtain liquid milk, or use it directly to enrich foods like purees, soups, or even homemade bread. In a scenario without access to fresh dairy, having this alternative can make a huge difference in both nutrition and flavor. Another point in its favor is its shelf life. A well-stored can remain in perfect condition for 5 years or more, something unthinkable for any fresh milk. Its price ranges between $2.5 and $3.5, somewhat higher than other options, but it compensates with its versatility and its value as a complete milk substitute. In survival situations, it's not just about surviving day to day, but about maintaining long-term health. And goat's milk provides exactly that: strength, resilience, and ease of use. Ultimately, it's one of those discrete reserves that few consider, but that in practice can become a real lifesaver. 9. Canned pumpkin puree, fiber and calm for the body. When we talk about survival foods, few people think of pumpkin, and yet, canned pumpkin puree is one of the smartest resources you can have. Keep it in your pantry. First, because it's a natural source of soluble fiber, which helps maintain a balanced digestive system. This is essential when your diet consists mainly of rice, legumes, and heavy canned goods. It also provides a significant dose of vitamin A, vital for vision, the immune system, and cell regeneration, along with potassium, which supports muscle function and hydration. Its mild, slightly sweet flavor makes it extremely versatile. You can eat it straight from the can, add it to oatmeal for extra body, use it as a base for soups, or even incorporate it into impromptu breads or pancakes if you have flour on hand. It provides satiety without being heavy and has a calming effect on the stomach, making it ideal for stressful situations when the body tends to suffer. As for storage, it usually lasts from 2 to 5 years without any problems, especially if canned in large containers or vacuum sealed. And although it used to be an inexpensive product, its price has been rising due to seasonal demand and crop problems, making it an increasingly coveted food. Having canned pumpkin puree not only guarantees valuable nutrients, but also a comforting texture that can break the dietary routine during difficult times. 10. Canned beets, the natural pantry supplement. Canned beets are one of those foods that, well, many people dismiss at first glance, but they can make a big difference when the body needs an extra boost. Their richness in natural nitrates makes them a true performance enhancer, as they promote blood circulation and improve oxygen transport to muscles and the brain. This means more energy, greater stamina, and help in maintaining concentration in critical situations. In addition, beets are a food that protects cardiovascular health, helps regulate blood pressure, and has detoxifying properties that support the liver during periods of limited diet. The best part is that they come ready to use. Consume. There's no need to peel, boil, or roast. Just open the can. You can eat it on its own, with a little vinegar mixed with rice, or added to impromptu cold salads. Its sweet and earthy flavor adds variety to a diet dominated by savory or neutral flavors, which also helps maintain the motivation to eat. As for its shelf life, it usually keeps for up to 5 years if stored in a cool, dark place, and its cost is still low compared to its nutritional value. In times of scarcity, canned beets are like a natural supplement that strengthens body and mind without the need for pills or processed powders. Those who underestimate it are missing out on a silent ally that provides resilience and health amidst chaos. 11. Canned leafy greens, the forgotten multivitamin. If there's a weak point in most emergency pantries, it's the lack of fresh vegetables. And this is where canned leafy greens, such as endive, Swiss chard, or kale, come in. These cans are a true natural multivitamin. They provide vitamin K, essential for blood clotting and bone strength, iron, key to combating fatigue and maintaining a healthy immune system, calcium for muscles and nerves, and fiber to keep the digestive system functioning, even on monotonous diets. Their advantage isn't just nutritional, they're also very practical. They're ready to eat. They don't need rehydration or long cooking times, and you can eat them cold, straight from the can, or heat them with a little spice, garlic powder, or a few drops of hot sauce to enhance the flavor. Stews and soups help stretch portions and add color and variety to the table. Their shelf life is usually 3 to 5 years, although many preppers report consuming them even 10 years later, provided the can is stored in good condition. They're economical, around $2 per can, although in recent years prices have started to rise due to increased agricultural and transportation costs. They may not sound as appealing as a salmon fillet or a can of sweet corn, but in a scenario where vitamins are scarce, canned leafy greens make the difference between a strong and a weakened body. 12. Green jackfruit in brine, an illusion of meat and variety. Green jackfruit in brine is perhaps the most surprising food on this list, because, although not very well known in the West, It has become a cult meat substitute among those seeking plant-based options. Its main advantage isn't so much its calorie count, which isn't very high, but its texture. Once drained and shredded, jackfruit takes on an appearance and feels very similar to shredded chicken or pork. This makes it a powerful psychological tool because, after weeks of eating rice, beans, or simple soups, having something that resembles a meat stew can lift your spirits like few other foods. Furthermore, it's rich in fiber, which helps maintain satiety and adapts to any recipe. You can season it with spices and tomato sauce to make a stew, mix it with canned barbecue sauce to mimic pulled pork, or add it to soups for extra bulk. Its neutral flavor is its greatest strength because it absorbs seasonings easily. As for shelf life, it typically lasts 2 to 5 years, provided it's stored in a cool, dry place. The price is still affordable, between $1 and $3 per can, but demand is growing rapidly due to the rise of plant-based eating. Anyone who stocks up on it early will have a significant advantage in terms of variety and morale. Brined lacquer doesn't replace the protein from real meat, but it offers the illusion of abundance and diversity amidst scarcity, and that can be key to enduring long periods of crisis. 13. Kani molasses, energy, minerals, and sweetness in tough times. When we think of sweeteners, we usually picture refined sugar, but Kani molasses, especially the blackstrap variety, is much more than just a sweetener. This thick syrup concentrates essential minerals such as iron, magnesium, potassium, and calcium, as well as vitamin B6, all vital for maintaining energy and mood during times of stress. Unlike regular sugar, which causes energy spikes followed by crashes, molasses provides a slow and steady release of energy, perfect for enduring long days. It's also especially valuable for preventing anemia, a common problem in iron-deficient emergency diets, particularly among women and children. It can be added to oatmeal, bread, makeshift homemade cookies, infusions, or simply dissolved in hot water as an energy supplement. Another little-mentioned benefit is its ability to improve digestion, something that's appreciated when you've been eating dry, repetitive foods like rice or crackers for a long time. As for storage, molasses can last for years if kept in a cool, dark place. Over time, it may thicken or crystallize, but gently heating it will restore its texture. Its current price is around $5 per jar, which isn't cheap, but considering it's consumed in small quantities, it can last for months. In a survival situation, it's not just about surviving with the bare minimum, but about maintaining a basic level of physical and mental well-being. And molasses fulfills both functions. It nourishes, sweetens, and comforts, the hidden power of a simple can. In the end, it becomes clear that a survival pantry isn't built with random products, but with strategy. Beans, proteins, vegetables, fats, and even sweeteners, everything has its role. These 13 canned goods aren't just cans. They're energy, health, and morale packaged to withstand the test of time. When the supermarket shelves are empty, those who planned ahead will rest easy, knowing that each can represents one more day of control and security. Prepare today, because tomorrow may be too late.